Okay, so okay, where you stop?
Generated
Data
data
types.
types.
Yeah. So now x, okay, x is knows that what kind of value it will store? Integer, right?
Number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
integer number kind of. So number is kind of like number only like integer double. So other language there is a data types integer float long double like that. But here is only number is a data type. That's it. In the number only there is integer or double. That's it. The two things, integer or double. Got it right?
Yeah.
Okay. So data types number,
Boolean.
strings, lists. Fourth one is maps. One, two, three, fifth one. 1 second, guys. Yeah. So other one is boolean.
Boolean.
So these are the different types in the dot. That's it. So in the number, again there is an integer or int or double. So strings is what is the string? Collection of characters, six, right? So if you want to store like characters A, B, C, D, or anything within the double quotation or single quotation, okay, that is a strings. Okay, so within the double quotation or single quotation, there is a collection of characters. Anything in the keyboard, any key is the character, right? So that is a string. Okay, and next list and map. That's a very important because of whatever you're getting the data from server, everything is these data types only. That's very important. You have to understand what is a data, what kind of data types. Okay, now the list is collection of objects. See, string is collection of characters, whereas the list is collection of objects. Like multiple objects, it will store into the particular variable. Okay, if you want to save the names Mahesh, Venkat, Naveen, Pradeep, Ratnam, and so Naveen, whatever it is, all the names we have to store into one variable. So, but variable as so this variable, this 125, this variable holds the only one value, right? But if you want to store the multiple values, multiple collection of values, that case we can store we can create a list. Okay, so that is a list. And a map also collection of object, but the difference is that key value pair. Guys, I will explain that. No problem. I will explain each and everything. But I'm telling overview of the data types. Okay. So collection of objects with key value pair. But list is index based. Like list is index based. Okay. List is index based. This is a key base. Okay, any operation like add, delete, update, whatever it is, okay, with all operation will done by index in the list. But come to the maps based on the key, based on the key or based on the key is a basin. We can store the value, we can retrieve, we can update, we can delete, whatever it is through the keys. That is a maps. This call is another type and list is a other type. Okay, it will order wise, but map is not a order type, another type. So that is the differentiation between the list and map. So both are the collection of collections only. Both are collections only, but differentiation is in the index and keys, right? You guys understand?
Yes.
Okay. What about other? Okay. If you want to store value like yes or no, yes or no, true or false, that is called as boolean. So boolean create a variable like is male or female. For example, uh, if you want like, so if you want to store the true value also, and the true value true or false, instead of string, instead of integer, instead of map, instead of list, we want to store the true values, true or false values. That case we can take a boolean integer, boolean data types. It's a clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a dynamic data type also, I told you. So dynamic type also, this is like you can store any kind of thing. Dynamic you can use it to type like why any type we can store, like in the using the dynamic we can store the integer, we can store the strings, we can store the list, we can store the map, we can boolean, whatever it is. If you take a variable dynamic with a keyword, then now the key x is the x is holds a double or integer value, so double value, float value. Now we are going to take hundreds of value, like hundreds of list value. So dynamic keyword is accept anything. We can store the any kind of data type using the dynamic. If we create a dynamic x equal to 10, x is a capability of store the number, strings, list, maps, boolean, whatever it is.
Okay.
Got it right, guys? So this is very, very
Yes.
important. So variable declaration, how to declare the variable, and very important. And these are the data types. This is also very, very important. Okay. Any doubts in that, guys?
Like so, as you told, like dynamic is for we can use it for any kind of data type. So
Yeah.
is this the best practice to use the dynamic for all the, like, let's say I know always I used to get the integer value. In that case also, if I use the dynamic, is there any concerns?
Yeah, actually, there is a problem is, for example, if you take the dynamic,
Mm,
if you want to use the
mm,
integer, so you know that integer value is there,
correct.
but compared to don't know. That case, we have to typecast that value. Okay.
Okay, from dynamic again you need to typecast.
Yeah. So if you want that, directly you can assign, no problem. If you perform some operation like integer, some addition, some other operation, right? We can't directly use the dynamic. You have to typecast that value. So most of the cases, dynamic we are not use that. For few cases, we are using the
Yes,
dynamic. Okay. But
you
some
answer
purpose,
time.
like
Yeah.
you want to pass the, see, if you want to pass the value, like in the functional arguments, that case we
Mm.
can type. But some case we don't know what kind of value. That case we can take a dynamic and verify the what kind of data type.
If data type it is,
For,
then
for
got it.
example, if you check the value like type, for example, x is the dynamic. For okay, this forget about this x. Forget about this x. Forget about
Mm.
this x. Okay, forget about this x. For example, wait. I will take another variable name. For example, I
Yeah, I can take them.
now
Yeah,
now I no. Let's wait. T for example. So now T is, so you got the value
type
from
of.
the from somewhere. That is a dynamic.
Mm.
But you have to know that what kind of data is stored here. So take a like if T is int, you can verify like this. Okay,
Mm.
T is integer like this. T is a variable dynamic, but there we can verify what kind of data is stored. If again else condition, okay, that case we can identify the what kind of data it's getting from the dynamic keyword. Okay, but most of the cases we directly would pass the different data types. Like we should like see, it's a clear, right? So we have to give the proper data types. That is easy for us only. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So see, for example, if you take a dynamic any function, that case we can take a directly you can use the dynamic keyword. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Venkat. You're following చాలా బాగా ఫాలో అవుతున్నారు మీరు. ఇలా ఫాలో అయితే నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వస్తుంది యాక్చువల్లీ. ఓకే. సబ్జెక్ట్ కూడా ఎక్స్చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే. గైస్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్? Okay. Task is can read about data types. That's it. Please write in separate notepad and proper example with any data. For example, in dot, not a dot, any other language also. Please read about the data types. This is a base concept. Okay. If you know this kind of thing, it's easy for in future classes. Okay, guys. Please read about the number strings and list and write some notes on the document is create any documentation write a notes on the documentation or book or whatever it is. Please read about this. Okay, maybe tomorrow we'll have a class after 10 Saturday. I'll come to institute. We'll spend more time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you.